Yes, welcome back everybody. I hope you enjoyed your coffee break and good conversations, but it's time to continue the program. And like Kenton already mentioned, it's very unfortunate that David van Uden, because of family issues, cannot present today, but I am really happy that we found Wendy Batenburg available to give the presentation today. So she had only a very short time to prepare the presentation, but like she told me yesterday, then she is at her best. Wendy is working as a researcher for Terra Nostra, and she's been part of the i3 platform from the beginning. And today, this morning, she will give a presentation about the Dutch i3 platform. Give her a warm welcome, Wendy Batenburg.
So, good morning, everybody. I'm Wendy Batenburg from Terra Nostra. I'm a scientist, tree specialist, and we are part of platform i3 Nederland. And we're not the only one. We have 3 different partners, so it's like 4 consultancies working together, collaborating, which is very special in the Netherlands, because in the other type of work concerning trees, we're really competitors. So the other companies are Verde, Cobra, and PS Flores. So I'm here to talk to you about platform i3 Nederland. I want to explain how it started, what we've already done, and what we will do in the future. So I'm replacing David van Uden from Verde. He was going to talk about platform i3, and he's actually one of the guys who started i3 in the Netherlands. And he had I read his lecture for today, and he had a very personal story about what trees mean and how he came involved with trees and platform i3 and i3 in general. So for me, it started like about 7 years ago when I started working for Terra Nostra. Before that, I was working in the academic hospital as a scientist, learning lots of things about blood vessels, heart, kidneys, things like that. So totally different. But when I started for Terra Nostra, I came there as a scientist, which they wanted to do more scientific things for Terra Nostra. And that's actually what struck me at first sight in the tree world in the Netherlands, that a lot of it is all based on experience. And there are not a lot of evidence in the science. It's all experience-based and not evidence-based. So that's what we try to change also with Terra Nostra. But I think also i3 is a very nice tool to do that. So i3 was one of my first projects that I worked on for Terra Nostra. My part was to find out how i3 worked and how we can use it. And then I found out that there was a platform i3 with a nice new project, and I got involved from the beginning. Like I said, David was one of the first looking at i3 in the Netherlands. And also Jan Willem, he invited Matthew Wells from New York for the bomen infodagen some years ago to speak about i3. And after that, they started to think about, well, maybe we can do more with it. It was really an inspiring tool to use to really see what the value of trees was. So after that, those few meetings, they thought, well, we should combine efforts, because this is not a job for one company to perform. So they combined efforts with governmental agencies like Stadswerk, Werk and VHG, but also with research agencies and schools, Wageningen and Van Hal-Ladenstein. And so it was a really combined effort, a collaboration to really get i3 going for the Netherlands. And also the consultancies were involved in this part. And of course, there were several municipalities who also supported this. And in these municipalities, we did several pilots for i3. where we also looked at how we can use i3 in the Netherlands. So with Platform i3, we performed 2 different pilots, and it was several years. 2015 we started to get some money for it, to inform municipalities, look at for participants in these studies. So first of all, we wanted to know, what can i3 do for us? What can the model do? And we should make it Dutch, because at that time it was very American. It was based on American models, American data. So what we wanted to do is that we could use it in the Netherlands with Dutch data. So that's what we did in the first pilot. And the second pilot was optimization of the project, of actually the way we worked with i3, and also looking at other opportunities. So we looked at how to get the tree data. So should we go to do field work, or maybe can we get the data digital? Things like that. So for the first pilot that we did is, what can the model do, and make it Dutch. So this is an example what we did. So we did more than 4,000 trees for 5 different municipalities. It was The Hague, Amsterdam, Dordrecht, Rotterdam and Uruguay. They participated in the first pilots. And here we studied in each of these pilot cities, we studied several projects to look at all these parts from i3, all the ecosystems that i3, you can calculate with i3. And we saw that this i3 outcome we could use to really get the message to the people to say, well, not in money or stuff like that, but maybe we can say, well, that's so many soccer fields of leaf area. Maybe so really communicating to the public and to the people working with trees what a tree can do for you, how valuable a tree actually is. So that's what we did in pilot 1. So we, in this pilot, we also put in the data for these 5 different cities in i3, so we could really use the Dutch data in i3. So that was really nice. So for the second pilot, we optimized the data collection, for example. But in the meantime, i3 Eco also advanced and put in more than 250 cities or municipalities from the Netherlands into the system. So we could really work with it for the whole of the Netherlands, actually for the whole of Europe. So that was really, really nice. So we had 10 research questions for the second pilot. And these research questions were in different areas. So we looked at air quality, but also can we use i3 maybe for biodiversity, for example? Or can we use the energy settings in i3 for the Netherlands? Looking at health, for example, and also using data from an entire city. So not just small projects, but for a larger city. So we did Utrecht with more than 150,000 trees. And we were really successful doing this. And all these research questions, they were answered either by literature or using and data analysis and i3. And finally, we got this nice publication in 2019, which is available from the website of the platform, the baten bomen, so the value of trees. And also we had got this nice picture of the postzegelboom in The Hague, where we also made it really a communication part that i3 you could really understand what the value of a tree is. So at the moment we are still working hard as Platform i3 Nederland. So the last few months we have renewed our collaboration. So there's for the consultancies are still working together. We have a nice website which you can access. I don't know if it's in English yet, but it's, maybe you can translate or something like that. But we have regular meetings. We also have goals which we want to do, we want to achieve. So this way we want to really get ahead with i3. And what the goal of our platform actually is to get a nice quality, high quality for the i3 output. So everybody working with i3 in the Netherlands can come to this website or contact us to get the right information for an i3 analysis. And there are also examples on this website to get an idea where you can use it for and things like that. So it's very nice, handy, informative website. So of course, our first thing that we did as a collaboration, we also were involved in organizing this conference. So that's we are really happy to show you all what we are going to do and we've done. And what we're also involved in is this project together with TU Delft. It's i3 2.0 NL. So it's a project which we want to get i3 further. We want to develop i3, so not only use the data from i3, but also put it in, change the software more to the Dutch situation. So in this project is also a big collaboration. And here we want to look at the growth curves of the Dutch trees. So we're gonna look back into history, make growth curves and couple this to the cooling performance of the trees, so that we can maybe for the Netherlands also add a cooling performance to i3. So we hope that with this project, together with TU Delft, we can really get another ecosystem service into i3 for the Netherlands. So if you want to know anything more about Platform i3, please visit our website or talk to one of the companies involved with it. Thank you very much.
That was great. Thank you, Wendy. That was really good to hear about the developments now for the Netherlands in using i3 and how far it's come as well. I remember when we met in England about 7 years ago, when we were at our early stages. And now to see this is fantastic. Yeah, it's really good.